What's happening, people? It's Q&A time with Joey D. I'm gonna sit on my couch, speak to you for a while, because we just had a big, thick, black coffee. It's a beautiful day. It's a Sunday morning. I think let's talk to people. Let's interact with the world via the medium of the internet. So I'm gonna answer some questions that I got on Instagram. We're just gonna sit here and just chat for a while, because I feel like I like doing Q&As, because in vlogs you kind of cater into people's attention spans in a way, and you can get caught up thinking like, am I babbling on about shit here, and is this dragging on, and is my vlog gonna be like 45 minutes long now, and like everything has to be pretty sharp and to the point, you know what I mean? Whereas Q&As are just a chance for me to digress and follow thoughts, you know, wherever they may lead, and open up. So let's do that. Are you gonna cut your hair anytime soon? Nah. The plan is for the hair aesthetics and the physique aesthetics to intersect at some point next summer, like summer of 2018, where I will be hopefully in the best shape of my life and also have an absolutely unreal, thick as fuck Tarzan lion mane, and it's just gonna be like horrendous aesthetics. Like, it's gonna be disgusting, man, in a good way. And then Instagram's gonna blow up. That's it, man. That's the plan. The only single biggest regret, I know we try to live without regrets, but we can't help but have them. I don't know, I probably do have regrets, like, I don't, but off the top of my head, I can't really think of any, because there's nothing that I walk around kicking myself about, man. I don't think you have to like lie to yourself and be like, I've never done anything wrong in my life. But the whole point is, there's no point dwelling on it, because it is done, man. It's sound. It's fine, because it's just life. You have to let go of the need to be, you know, for everything to be in tight little perfect bundles with no loose ends, man. There's always loose ends. It's fine. Plans for next year? I don't know. I don't really know, man. I've never got any plans in my life. I'm quite an aimless guy. I just float through and try and have a good time, man. Try and share some feels with some peeps. Try and make some games. Try and see some shit. You know, that's it, man. After leaving your standard 9-to-5 job to pursue your passion, did you feel a sense of relief, and are now able to wake up every day feeling truly fulfilled in life? Like, I felt so much relief, it is unreal, because before I left, when I was working at the bank, I let myself slip into a bit of a self-defeating kind of mentality, whereas I was telling myself, this is shit, I hate this, I'm in an office, I don't give a fuck about percentages and targets and bullshit like that, you know. And I didn't give a fuck about it, but I was making it worse for myself by repeating that kind of narrative in my head. And when I left, I felt like I said to myself, I am never getting a job again, man, and I hope I'd never have to. But you know, it was like the end of the Shawshank Redemption, man. It's like I fell to my fucking knees. The thunder cracked, the lightning bolt came down. It was pissing with rain, and I was like, I'm free, freedom. But fulfillment wise, like, I have felt fulfilled at different times in my life, man. Maybe when I was like young and I was in college, maybe for bits of uni when I was like fully interested in the subject matter, you know, maybe sometimes when I've been floating down a fucking river in an inner tube in Laos, you know what I mean? And you have moments of fulfillment. And now, like, I feel turbo appreciative of what I have, what I'm able to do. It's just insane, man. You can't, you know, it's just crazy. Like, it's a privilege that I never have to get up at 6 and de-ice my fucking car, man. Because that shit's terrible when you straight out of shit it gets on your hand, you know what I mean? But fulfillment wise, you go through phases, man. You can like, yes I feel that, but I don't expect to feel that forever. and you never will doing the same thing, because it will catch up with you. Whether you want to call it fulfillment, happiness, being content, whatever, it's cyclical, and it will catch up with you, because you do something, you realise it doesn't make you happy, you do something different, maybe you realise that doesn't make you happy, do something different, finally you found it, it makes you happy, yeah, but do you think that's going to make you happy forever? Nah, it's going to catch up with you, and all of a sudden it's going to be another thing that doesn't make you happy anymore, because you've done it and you're a human. You have the basic urge and need for progress, man, you know. And so then what do? You fucking cut it loose. It's like a relationship or a friendship or a job or anything that doesn't serve you in a way that it should be serving you, you know. You cut it loose and move on to the next thing, and you know what you will regret when you're old? Wasting the time between when it stopped making you happy and cutting it loose, holding on to things. You have to be kind of bold and be ready to cut it loose. So I'm happy now. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I like that I can, you know, there's certain elements that I will always do, you know. I will always do something that makes me feel connected to people, because that's where I really get my fulfillment, you know. Even, you know, if someone messages me on Instagram and they go, "What's happening, Joe? Just wanted to say, like your videos, you're a sick guy, man." Like, not because of the overly exaggerated kind of idolization that you see in fitness and that is inherent in social media overall. Not because of that, man. It can be easy to think it's because of that, but it's because it means people resonate with the shit that you say. And if you watch this Q&A and you understand what I'm saying, and you kind of feel on the same wavelength as me, you can't be any more connected to the world than that, because otherwise, if you're not connected to people, then we are living in a fucking spherical, barren wasteland that is void of feels, man. You can only be that's the essential fucking purpose of life, man, to feel connected to other people, because there is nothing else but human relationships, man. There's just nothing else, man. I don't know where, I just digressed, and I don't know where that question even started, but oh, fulfillment, yeah, you know, feels good, man. Meet up in Dublin when you're over there. Yes, I'm over in Dublin for Rob's thing, whatever Rob's thing is. I'm in Dublin for that from the evening of the 17th till the morning of the 20th of November. So I think it's the Friday till the Monday. And we'll sort some shit out, man. Do you ever miss grafting? There are probably elements of grafting, yeah, man. I think there's things about, like, if you don't look back at your life and think there are elements that I miss from that period in time, then it mustn't have been a very good period, man. Yeah, because it's fun, man. There's fun shit that happens. The thing that I probably miss about grafting, it's not necessarily like chatting to fucking vacant bitches, you know, on Tinder for 4 hours a day. It's like the weird situations that you end up in, man. You know what I mean? One day you'll just find yourself in an attic with 3 birds that you've only just met, and weird shit will be happening and you'll think, how did it get here? That's pretty cool. Have you already discovered why Chesborough is always so shiny? Nah, I think he's just born with that, man. I think he's just got the glisten gene. Yeah, he's got that slimy fucking forehead genetics, man. How do you grow glorious hair like yours without going through the awkward middle phase of looking like a weird soccer mom? Soccer mom. Whenever I hear the phrase soccer mom, it reminds me of like just pornos and that, man. So like fucking, what was that? What were those pornos called, man? It was something like Real America or some shit like that, or Naughty America. Is that it? Naughty America. You have to go through the phase, I think. I mean, I got a headband, which meant I looked like if I was trying to be a fucking Spaniard footy player for a bit. But you need a way of keeping the sides in so that your face retains some shape. Because otherwise, if you have a round head, you just look like a big fucking bulb head, mate, and it's just not attractive, man. Because I think there's something about angles on someone's face that makes it look more attractive. And if all of a sudden you've got a big fucking big bubble head, then I think your aesthetic is just way off, man. So you need a way of keeping the sides down so that you retain some kind of squareness to your head. Any desire to open your own facility? Nah, I mean, I'd like to have my own gym in like my house, do you know what I mean? I'd like to one day own a house where I have some kind of, I'd like it in like a cellar, man, or something like that, just some dingy little fucking place with like the basics, a rack, a dip bar, you know, deadlift platform, shit like that, man. But I don't, like, running a business that is fixed to a specific place, like a shop or a restaurant or a gym, that doesn't really appeal to me that much, to be honest. 3 ways I can instantly increase my skills with graft. Way number 1 is watch my Tinder video. Way number 2 is watch it again. Way number 3 is do an impression of a sick guy. Will you ever get a fade again? Man, there's a lot of hair questions on. A lot of people give a shit about the hair. Probably, man. You know, I'm just growing my hair as an experience. I want to see what it looks like. I'm curious, man. Curiosity comes first and everything else comes second, man. Like, you know, the pros and cons are less relevant than just finding out what it's like. I just want to see what it's like, and that applies to everything, man. A lot of things in life, you just want to see what it's like, man. It's not about it, it's about discovery. You know, I want to see what I look like with long hair. But I'm not attached to having long hair forever. I'm not attached to having short hair forever. I'm not, you know, just whatever happens in it. I might grow it and then think this is shit and then shave it off. You know, or I might think this is fucking sick and keeping it for 10 years. Who knows, man. I do think that a big mane of hair looks alpha as fuck. But then again, it can also look alpha as fuck having a completely shaved head or like being bald. You know, and then again, what even is alpha? You know, is that an outdated term? Who knows? You decide. How many days after potential contraction is the Delaney method, Onken/Sudocrem, a viable option? Asking for a friend. You have to get it in the first like 48 hours, really. Otherwise, you'll need a longer treatment of, you know, different things involving Mr. Muscle. What do you think of lads who cheat on their bird, get caught, and then try desperately to get them back right after it? I mean, I can't be one to judge, man. I've cheated on people in the past, but I haven't. I mean, I suppose I didn't try and get them back after it, but I never got caught. I'll tell you what I think about them. I think you probably shouldn't be with your bird if you're cheating on them, man. It's just, I mean, I don't know, man, but I'm not one to judge, but second thing, how are you getting caught, man? That's just some lackadaisical, lazy, bad admin shit, man. If you're gonna do it, it needs to be untraceable. You know, I'm not condoning doing it, I'm just saying that's the second place you slipped up. Number 3, if you get caught, I'd just be like, yo, fair one, man. Fair one, fucked up. Now the choice is, you can like forgive me and get back with me. Like, there's nothing wrong with trying to get back with your bird after you've cheated on her, but I wouldn't try desperately, because it creates a bad dynamic for any future relationship, because you can't go into a relationship owing this person anything. You can't enter something in the doghouse, man, because if you do, she will always have that hold over you. It will be a bad dynamic. It will create a you versus her eventually. You won't be on the same team, man. You can't owe a debt. It has to be a clean fucking slate. So, I don't know, man. Whatevs. Just don't get caught. Just kidding. Don't do it, that's bad. Going on vacation in a few weeks and want to hit a little mini cut before then. Best way to go about it. Just knock a fuckload off your calories, man. Keep protein high, keep training the same. Depends, if you're bulking in like a 300 cal surplus or 200 cal surplus, I'd knock about 700 or 800 cals off. You could get away with more though, because if it's a mini cut, you're unlikely to start losing strength and gains very quickly because you're still kind of in a surplus. It's not like you start cutting one day and all of a sudden you're in a deficit, you still have calories in you, you know, you've been in a surplus for a while. It's not like you can just go boom in a deficit. So you can get away with like probably a higher deficit if you're on a mini cut. Probably go up to about 700 cal deficit if you really wanted to. Just low fat, as high carb as you can get away with, and moderate to high protein. How to get into the social media fitness industry now, considering it's oversaturated as fuck. You have to do something different, man, don't you? I think that I got in when it was already pretty saturated, but I can tell it, but every year it gets harder, man. It would be harder for me now, for sure. I think that's true of like any of the big fitness YouTubers now. It would be, not classing myself as big, but the other ones, it would be much harder for them to get into it now, man. You have to do something different, you have to come up with something original. It's fucking hard, right? It's not just about your content though, man. I mean, it is about your content, but it's about you. It's about you as a person. You just can't fake anything, man. You need to just, like, your strategy, your social media strategy is one thing, right? Yeah, being consistent with your shit and, you know, spreading all your stuff across each platform, linking all your platforms well, and, you know, going and like collabing with people and exposing yourself to as many people as possible, yeah. But it comes down to you, man. It comes down to the retention, and you have to offer something. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the best person. I'm not an authority on it, because my shit kind of happened by accident. It wasn't like a well thought out plan. I wasn't like, you know, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna grow a following and then I'm gonna make it my career, and then, you know, I didn't like try and get into the industry. I just started doing stuff just for the enjoyment of it, and then it kind of snowballed a little bit. But when I say snowballed, my general growth over social media, it's not fast by any means. It's quite slow. It's quite slow compared to the majority of people who are like in fitness. You know what I mean? I'm not really an authority on it. Can only speak from my experience, which is a very haphazard, accidental, you know, path. You know. Sorry, I can't give you more info on that one. What's your favourite part about living in Manchester? I just think it's a cool place, man. I think it's quite a kind of multicultural place, which means that there's sick food here, man. Any kind of food you want, you can get to a decent standard. That's probably my favourite part, the food. Also, people are pretty cool, man. People are chilled. You know, it's much less like, I feel like if you go to London, you look into people's eyes, man. Not everyone, but a lot of people, you look in their eyes, like, and they're just like vacant, man. They're just like glazed over, just head down, like all you see is the fucking pavement. It's a bit more homely in Manchester. It's quite, you can feel at home, and you feel like much more connected to everyone around you. I feel, I don't know. Ibiza next year, possible. It's very possible, man. It's always a possibility. Like, even when I say I'm not going to Ibiza next year, how long's that last on? Usually only lasts until the next year comes around, and then I find myself there, knee deep, mate. Knee deep in vibes, lad. If it wasn't for YouTube and gym, how do you think your life would have planned out? Fuck knows, man. Probably very differently. The thing is, I have quite a broad spectrum of interests, and I could have just followed one thing, and I could be in so many different like avenues right now. It's an interesting question, and it's interesting to think about. There's no way you'll ever know, because your life depends on so many tiny things that can have huge ramifications. You know what I mean? Little events or little chance meetings with people, or, you know, luck or bad luck. You know, things happen that can influence your future in a massive way, so it's just impossible to say how things would have turned out. But whatever you end up doing, you know, you just want to be a fucking good, ultimately you want to be considered to be a good person, right? I just want to be viewed by people close to me as a well-natured person who's got good intentions and just wants to have fun, man. I just want to have fun, and I think that element would be. I'm a hedonist at heart, man. I like just feeling shit because I'm probably quite a feely person, man. Like, in the sense that I enjoy feeling things deeply, right? Because that's what makes me feel alive. Like, that's what makes me feel more involved in life. You know, when I feel certain fucking emotions and like connections with people and that, and I feel it's like, that's the only thing that makes me feel real and not like a fucking robot. You know what I mean? Yeah. So hopefully wherever my life turned out, it would be. I'll be happy as long as I'm surrounded by people that are fucking cool, man. What day would you do deadlifts on a PPL split? I do them on pull day. Just because you can't really do them on legs, because squats and deadlifts on the same day is fucking hard, man. If you're going to fit everything else in. You may be able to get away with squats and deadlifts on the same day if you're doing nothing else. But if you're trying to fit the rest of a leg workout in, I don't know if it's possible to fit deadlifts in, so I'll put one on pull day. Even then, if you've got another compound in your horizontal and your vertical pull, it's heavy on the volume, man. Joe, can you tell us some styling advice, like how you dress to a party? Well, when you're dressing to a party, what you should do is pick out a lovely shirt, button it up. Don't do the top button because it will seem too formal, but the second one. Now don't undo the second one because it will seem too informal. Now you need to match the shirt with some lovely gentleman socks and a nice pair of brogues. I don't fucking know, man. Depends what kind of party it is. Do you know what I mean? Is it your nan's 90th? Or is it like a house party where everyone's going to be getting weird and getting through each other in a fucking wardrobe? Who knows? Totally depends on the vibe, man. You gotta be a bit of a style, like a bit of a, in a sense, a bit of a chameleon. You know what I mean? Fashion wise, not fashion. Fashion's a whole different thing to style, but like style wise, you have to be adaptable, man. Like, you can't turn up. I think it would look stupid if you just turned up to like a nice fucking restaurant and you were dressed like an edgy cunt in this like big oversized like jumper and that, and like ordering, you know, like stuffed fucking ravioli stuffed anyway, but do you know what I mean? When you sat there like in your Urban Outfitters gear, you have to adapt to the situation, don't you? But then again, the main thing about style is like not overthinking it. I think not overthinking it and just being comfortable with what you're in. You know what I mean? It's the same. That's one of the things that carries over from the shit you learn from graft, man. If you're comfortable with it, everyone else will be comfortable with it. You know, because what you feel is subconsciously, it's on your face and in your actions and in your mannerisms and in every little way that you communicate with people. Yeah. So if you go to a party and you're wearing something that you don't feel comfortable in, you will subconsciously be acting like an awkward motherfucker, and you'll be looking at people thinking, are you looking at me thinking, why am I wearing this? Do you know what I mean? You have to just like fake it, man. Just pretend that you know, until you become confident in it. In which years did you notice the most progress after you first started lifting? So obviously the first couple of years you noticed the most progress really because you got newbie gains, but then after that it was probably late 2014 when I like started like properly sticking religiously to a program. So you'll get your noob gains, yeah, and then a few years later you'll gain, you know, your gains will start to slow down, you'll think what, and eventually you get onto a program and actually stick to it and actually become accountable for your lifts every week, and you're like, shit, I've got noob gains again. So they're the two phases, man. How would you recommend someone follows their passion of vlogging? You just got to start, man. You got to start and you got to do it. There's no substitute for, you can read up on your techniques for like, your video editing and all this you know, shit, but there's no substitute for learning on the job. That's true for everything, I think. You learn by doing, man. You know, you learn what you are suited to, the methods of vlogging that you are suited to. Like, I'm much more suited to a kind of raw style of shit because I'm a guy who flips between like just stupid jokes and like being like 99% of the time I'm just not serious about anything, man. And I can't pretend to be serious, you know what I mean? But then 1% of the time I'll want to go off on a tangent and actually get kind of deep, you know what I mean? And that kind of, I know that is something that is true about me as a person. That is my personality, and that lends itself well to certain types of vlogging. I couldn't do major over-edited shit, man, because I just feel like, what am I trying to be? What am I trying to, you know? I don't have that kind of serious element. I don't try and be a motivational guy, man, because I'm not that, because I don't believe in that. It's not something I believe in. I don't believe in you can be motivated for a workout, you can be motivated for a day, you can be motivated maybe for a fucking weekend at most, but you can't be motivated to get through life. There has to be deeper things that spur you on, man. Like, you seeing me getting good nick, or if I go and fucking climb Everest, man, it might motivate you, but it's not the deeper, it's external, it's not internal, man. And so I don't believe in motivation in that sense, and so I don't try and, you know, portray that in my videos. And I think if you're gonna vlog and do it well, I'm not saying I do it well, maybe I don't, man, who fucking knows, but you have to focus on the things that make you you, because that's what will endear people to you, a feeling of being genuine. You know what I mean? I try and talk to the camera how I talk to my mates, how I talk to my bird. I try and talk to everyone on the same level, you know. And if I stutter, I don't give a fuck, and if I mix my words up, I'll just correct myself, because I feel like that's real life, man. And when I used to watch, right, my mum and dad, they used to watch like Casualty or like fucking Brookside or like soaps on TV and shit, you know, like not, you know, just now and again, like I'd walk in and watch this thing and I'd think, what the fuck is this? People don't speak like that. Watch a film, watch a, you know, TV series or whatever. People don't speak like that. It's not real, and I don't feel connected to them because I don't feel like they're talking how. Why does nobody ever sneeze in fucking Neighbours, man? Why does no one ever sneeze? That's not real life. Someone should sneeze, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Shit should be real. It sounds like I'm trying to be this fucking truth real motherfucker. I'm just trying to say, I don't know, just trying to say what I think, but, you know, shit should be genuine, man, and if you're gonna vlog and you're gonna do it in a way that makes people feel, you know, involved in your life and connected to you, and, you know, feel like they're your mate in a way, you can't speak to them like a kids TV presenter. You know, you can't speak to them like a, and listen, I'm guilty of like fucking up, because sometimes you make videos on, and I'll record a clip, and I'll think, and then after it I'll think, why am I trying to say everything in the shortest way possible? Why am I doubting my ability to hold people's attention? Why am I acting like, you know, I'm a TV presenter? Why, you know? And I have to pull myself away from those things, man, because I know that it's not real, it's not genuine, it's not me, it's not, you know. But it's easy to get sucked into that kind of shit, and, you know, and I just don't feel like that's what I'm like, man. And if you've got to do that to get ahead in YouTube, then I don't want to get ahead in YouTube. You know what I mean? Because it won't fulfill me, man. Because I know that subscribers and money, it's fucking nice, mate. It's nice. But it won't give me what I fucking need, man. You know. And so if you've got a passion for vlogging, I would start vlogging, and then just try and be who you are, man. Like, that's so fucking generic, sort of bullshit generic stuff, man. But just don't get sucked into trying to be a vlogger, man. Don't try and be a vlogger. Be you who vlogs. Like, you know, yeah, just do it, man. 1. Plans for a clothing line or own gym? I think I've answered the gym one. Don't fancy it. Clothing line. I would do it. Probably it wouldn't be gym stuff. But I always think I've thought about like any YouTuber, as soon as you get 20k subs, is selling their own clothing, man. As a viable way to make money, it's a good option. I should have been doing it a long time ago. You know what I mean? But I think about this and I think, could I be passionate enough about a fucking t-shirt, man? Could I be passionate enough about this? It would have to really... Now everyone says that the brand wants, that the brand represents something, but does it really represent something, or is it just a marketing thing, man? Sometimes it really does. I believe that some brands are really, you know, they have a tight-knit fucking thing going on with all the people who work for them and their athletes, if it's a fitness brand or whatever. Some do represent kind of more, but some are just fucking t-shirts, man. And I think, can I be passionate enough? Can I envisage myself shifting t-shirts to you lot and really believing in it enough, man? Can I imagine that? Is it, you know, I don't know. And that's where I'm hesitant, because I just think maybe I'd look at it, maybe be packing shit and sending it to people and think it's a fucking t-shirt, man. You know. So I don't know. If I ever believe that I can create something that I'm fully, you know, in love with enough, then I will. Are you ever going to tour with bulk powders? Fuck knows, man. I mean, I see myself being with bulk powders for the foreseeable future, man. Because, like, not just saying this, but they're a sick company. People there are sound. You know, the thing about bulk powders, man, is a lot of companies want to get the most out of you, and they don't have the win-win mentality. You know, they don't have the, like, I just want to be treated fairly. I don't want to be overpaid, but I don't want to be fucking underpaid. You know what I mean? I want to be treated fairly. And some companies will just try and they just see you as, they want to make the most money possible out of you. You know, and obviously every company wants to do that ultimately, but they approach it in a way of, let's get the most out of him. Whereas some companies are fully on board with the, what's good for you is what's good for me, even if it's not directly. You know what I mean? So I get the sense that bulk powders want to see me do well, and I want to see them do well. You know what I mean? And that's why we have a good relationship. That's why I work with them for the most part. You know what I mean? Because they're just fucking. It's just a good mentality, man. That's a winning mentality. To be, you know, it's fair and it's like, it's a win-win attitude. So if bulk powders ever do any shit, I'm up for being involved with it. You know what I mean? If you had to choose one outfit to wear for the rest of your life, what would you go with? I'd probably wear a kimono and a fucking snorkel, right? And then one boxing glove. Tips on going through the really shit stage of growing your hair out and looking like a toilet brush. You have to just give fewer fucks, man. You have to just commit to it. Be safe in the knowledge that it's for the greater good, you know, and don't fucking worry, man. Just don't give a fuck about people thinking that you're not your ultimate most aesthetic at this moment in time. It's for the greater good. Future plans: what type of work will you choose when you get older? Maybe you'll stay in fitness. I don't think I'll stay in fitness forever. Like, I like fitness. You know, I would never bite the hand that feeds or criticise it, because I like fitness, and on the whole I think the fitness industry is certainly a positive influence on. Now, could it be a more positive influence? I'm sure it could. Everything could, you know. I'd never be one of those people who sits there and bashes the fitness industry, man. Obviously there are good people and there are bad people within it, but I believe everyone is responsible for who they follow. You know, you are responsible for choosing your role models. You know what I mean? and so I like fitness, and I'll be in it for as long as it makes me happy. You know what I mean? But beyond that, I don't know. I would obviously like to explore some other things that I'm interested in. Career-wise, I don't know. I think I'll always be self-employed. Hopefully, you know. Then again, I see the attraction of having a job in some aspects, but I just don't think it's for me personally. Thoughts on grafting a bird who is in a relationship but seems somewhat keen. Now, I don't know, man. That's a difficult question, because what do you mean seems somewhat keen? That's the grey area that you really need to judge, man. Because if a girl is willing to cheat on her boyfriend, or swerve her boyfriend for you, finish with him for you, then you didn't really break them up. There was something wrong with the relationship in the first place, and I don't think that then you are really responsible for that. You know, you're the catalyst, but you're not the cause, man. You're just the thing that allowed it to happen, but it was gonna happen anyway eventually. But then again, it's probably not like do you have to graft people's birds, man? Like, there's a lot of single people, man. I don't know if you should have some kind of like bro code and just not graft people's birds, but then again, it depends, because people would graft your bird, you know. That's a tough question. It's one that I don't really have the answer to, so I'm not gonna try and be an authority on it. Why does my boyfriend love you more than he loves me? Maybe you're a complete bitch. Maybe you're a shit girlfriend. You should go and suck him off now. Are you ever coming to Chelmsford? I used to see a girl from Chelmsford. So no. Casio, I'll tell you what. Casio, mate. Casio all the fucking way. I don't think you ever touched on the topic. There's a girl, well, multiple ones, but there's always another guy, not a boyfriend, just someone else. They have interest in him. What's the best way to go about being her first choice? Talking to them is an issue, but it seems there's always another dude trying to get with them, dividing her attention. I know since there's other girls talking to me, it's technically the same for them. But if there's one specific girl there's potential with, how do I also become her potential? I think he's trying to say, I think he's just trying to say that you and multiple other guys are grafting the same girl. How do you ensure that you win the graft, win the prize, damsel? I mean, that's the ultimate question, isn't it? I suppose if you knew the answer, it's basically saying, how do I get the girl above everyone else? Which is like the ultimate question, man. Because if you knew that, you could just go get any girl you want. Like, if there was one answer to that, you could go get any fucking girl you want. So, I don't know if there is an answer, man. You know, but I wouldn't worry about competition. Like, I wouldn't, like, you know what looks shit? It looks shit when you're too concerned with other lads, man. It looks like you're too threatened by the competition, man. I just, like, right, back in the day, I'd be seeing girls and that, and I'd be like seeing girls, and I'd be seeing multiple girls at once, right? And I'd be assuming that most of them were seeing multiple guys as well, at least in a casual sense or whatever, you know, in some sense, right? And I would not be arsed by that, right? Because I'd be like, all I have to do is make sure the interactions that we have are the sickest they can possibly be. I want to make sure that you get the Joey D experience, which is a unique roller coaster, you know, that nobody else can give you, man. So I would like, girls, you know, girls love saying this shit to you, man. They love going, like, they love promoting their own kind of market value. to you. So a girl, you might have something casual with a girl and she'll be like, oh yeah, this guy at work is asking me to go out with him, but I'm not sure whether to go, or something like that. I'm not sure because this, like, and I'd be like, go man. I'd be like, go. I used to say to him, you should go out with this guy the night after you go out with me, or the night before, whatever. Same day if you want, because then you'll have a more accurate comparison, and you can see like the difference in like what a sick time you have with me. You know, like you can't try and eliminate. You don't want to play that game of giving her less options, or trying to make sure that other lads don't get her attention, so that she's forced to choose, like you're her only option, she's forced to choose you. You know what I mean? Because it needs to be through choice, man. So I would be like, in a kind of indirect way, I'd be like pushing him that way. I'd be like, yeah, go out with this dude, man. See what he's like. It's not going to be like this. You know what I mean? Is he as fun as me? Does he make pancakes this fluffy? Feel the pad on them, man. You put your fucking head on that. You'd sleep on that shit. Nobody makes pancakes like that. Do you know what I mean? Nobody can provide you with this experience. You know? And so I would just focus on yourself and your own interactions, and not worry about the competition, man. You know, it may work out that you do that and it's still not good enough, in which case, back to the drawing board, work on yourself, work on your game, work on your graft. Come back, man. Rinse, repeat. That was Couch Time with Joey D. Hope you enjoyed it. Like my video, like, comment on shit, do stuff, be nice to each other, tell your mum you love her. If you're having a nice roast today, enjoy it. See you later, man. See you next vlog. Vlog's gonna be soon, people.
Delaney is my hero.